Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so not so great news out of the NBA. Got some legal stuff taking place with some of the guys who retired in this league involving a healthcare fraud situation. Um, 18 guys, some of them are well known too, were arrested, federally arrested, um, for allegedly well, how do I just explain this? I wrote some notes down. They basically supplied false invoices to support fraudulent claims in exchange for kickbacks that totaled 230,000 bucks a piece. So the players submitted $3.9 million in fake claims, and $2.5 million was paid out by the NBA. So, needless to say, once the NBA got a hold of this, you know, everything is kind of start to fall into place legally as we see it right now. Guys were arrested. Um, what really gave them away, to be honest with you, in reading what I've read, was just grammatical errors in the invoices. Uh, they didn't have, the proper stuff that you would see on the paperwork. So it kind of gave them away. Not smart. So these are the guys who've been arrested, unfortunately. Milt Palacio, Sebastian Telfair, Antoine Wright, Darius Miles, Ruben Kobe Stopper Patterson, Glenn Big Baby Davis, Eddie Robinson, Greg Smith, Jamario Moon, Terrence Williams, who was basically called the scheme's linchpin by, I don't know, one of the people called him that, unfortunately. So it looks like he is allegedly the guy who's starting all of this process going. Alan Anderson, Melvin Ely, Tony Roten, Chris Douglas Roberts, Will Bynum, Shannon Brown, Anthony Allen, also known as Tony Allen, and Charles Watson Jr. And also Tony Allen's wife Desiree was also named as a defendant in this case. So yeah, it's all alleged at this point. Guys got real stuff to face. Obviously, anyone who knows anything knows that the feds don't arrest you unless they pretty much have a lock and key case. It's not about whether or not they're going to win their case. It's about how much the punishment's going to come down, more or less, when it comes to stuff like this. So, prayers out to everybody involved, especially the families who are going to be affected by these guys being absent. A lot of these guys, I'm sure, are fathers. And, you hate to see this kind of thing. Guys make decisions, though, coming out of pandemic. Some of them probably don't have the money anymore that they may have had. Some of them might be involved in some bad investments or whatever. Maybe just the pandemic itself might have, put some people in some bad situations. We know that there were a lot of schemes being run over the last 2 years that maybe would not have been run if circumstances were available to guys to make money. People got to eat. I'm not saying that what these guys did was to be accepted. I'm just saying that there's consequences for every decision, and I'm pretty sure that all of them knew something like this was possible. My question is, why in the hell would you involve yourself in something like this without making damn sure that the paperwork could at least be legitimate enough to help you get away with the situation? It's just not a very smart thing. Now, I don't know who all knew what was going on. That's going to be what the feds are going to try to untangle and try to prove. But one thing's for certain, some guys are going to have to face the consequence of this, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of backlash for this. I don't know what the ramifications will be going forward, how the league will approach circumstances going forward, if they will affect how they move in regards to certain things because of this. I'd imagine they will. A bunch of guys who used to be a part of the NBA fraternity have essentially turned on the league and have stolen from the league. That's the story. That's the story. Guys some of them that we really rooted for, some of them who are guys that you look up to, they find themselves fighting for their freedoms right now. So prayers out to everybody once again. Like I said, I'm nobody's judge. I'm not here to tell anybody what they should or should not do. But I am saying that there are consequences for everything that you do. And if you do things like this, you better believe there's going to be some people paying attention, looking for you to make a mistake like this, looking for people who make mistakes like this and have traps set in place to catch them. So keep that in mind when you're running whatever you're running out there. Um, that's really all my opinion. That's all I got. I mean, all of this is alleged. You know, I don't know who did what, who didn't do nothing. I don't know what the heck. I'd like to think everybody's innocent. I hope everybody's innocent. I hope this is just a mistake. I hope this is something that can be chalked up as one or two people doing something behind everyone else's back and getting them caught up in it. And hopefully that can be proven and a lot of guys can be freed out. But right now it looks like they're gonna have to see this through. And like I said, when the feds are involved, they already have what they need to lock everybody up. That's how they operate. They ain't even gonna pick you up if they don't have a lock and key case. So we know people are gonna have to sit down for this. It just is what it is. So you already heard the names. You know who they are. So we're gonna hear more and more about this going forward. This is gonna be the big story for a little bit. Pressure off of guys like Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons because we're gonna be talking about this right now. But all in all, I don't really have too much to say. I'm not one of those guys. You need to be more respectful of rules. You rich guys, you're always greedy. I don't know what these guys' financial situation is, and then again, I don't know who knew what. You know what I mean? I don't think everybody would have put their livelihood on the line for whatever portion of money that they've gotten. You might be able to convince a few people to run a scheme, but 18 people to run a scheme that's going to divvy them up $4 million, my gut tells me not everybody knew what was going on. Not everybody knew what was going on. That's just my gut. I don't know nothing, but I don't believe everybody knew what was going on. But at the same time, if you're putting forth fraudulent claims, you know you're not where you say you are. And that thing said that I read, like, you know, one of the players that booked surgery for some type of, you know, situation where he wasn't even going to be in the country for the surgery. He wouldn't even be in the country on that date. So it's like certain things they just didn't cover their backside. It's amateur hour type stuff, and you're gonna get caught, especially in this cyber world age. I mean, come on. So I don't think it was probably even very hard to catch them, to be honest, if things are as they were described in what I read. So that's what I got, man. Prayers out to everybody once again. My name is BDF44, and I'm out.